So recently I completed a 60-day video challenge. Well, actually, I did about 55 days. I didn't really finish the whole 60 because I had to do a long road trip and excuse. I could have still made it happen. I didn't because I was on the road for about 3 days. I was being pretty hard on myself. It's partially why it took me so long to release a video, which I did last week. It took me almost a month because I was getting used to a new place. It was an experience for me, and some days, some videos would hit, hundreds of views. I think I have some with thousands of views, and then some wouldn't even hit 2 or 3. And I just know that the algorithm was just not working for me. And I was being hard on myself, but I realized that I need to be easier on myself because I'm still in the beginning of this journey. Even though I've been doing it consistently for over a year, the channel has been up for many years, but like I was on and off with it because I always felt like, oh, this video I put so much work in only got 10 views or whatever the case may be. That's part of the grind, that's part of the game. I did learn a few things, and I realized that sometimes to get a decent audience and make an impact doesn't require fancy editing. See, I look at guys like Sam Silik, who has blown up over the last few months. And if you watch his videos, it's just him being a chill guy, like going to the grocery store, driving in his car, working out at the gym. I mean, he is a monster of a guy, and I think he's super young. Listen to a few of his videos for research, mostly. I don't really follow him or like pay attention. He's way too big. Look at me. I follow people that I can emulate or look like. I wouldn't be able to look like him. But no fancy editing, just kind of talks to the camera. And I learned that that's okay. I always had this hard time. If you watch my videos back in late 2022, early 2023, I really fancy a lot of different shots and all that. It's because I had time. The job at the time I had wasn't as intense. Then I got laid off, so I had tons of time on my hands to do good edits. And now my job takes up a lot of time. I'm working 50, 60 hours a week, and then I'm usually burnt out and don't want to do anything after. I was like, I can't do that fancy editing and like as much anymore until I can hire somebody. That's going to take some time. I'm here to help. I don't want to be part of the dopamine problem. All those fast and quick edits, that's not the audience I'm looking for. I'm looking for audiences who ponder. That's why the channel is called Ruben Ponders. They think, they know, they listen, and they have their own views and opinions, and they want to talk about it, not just be entertained. Information will be entertaining sometimes, but it's mostly for us to gather and think of this as like a campfire. You gather, you talk, and you relax here. And I accepted the fact that I won't be a Mr. Beast. And I know that not following his way or like the crazy editing will not give me the fast growth. I'm all about slow growth. I know that right now my living situation is still not the best. I'm still living with other people. I don't have my own place yet. It's coming soon. But once I do, I can create a really nice studio to make these videos a little bit better than what they are now, of me sitting on a couch mostly every single time. So, but the 60 days did teach me my audience, and like looking at the numbers, and a lot of you are young men in your 20s, and I appreciate that because that's the audience I was trying to go for. I did grow by 100% when I really started consistently editing, because I only had about 40 something subscribers, and I grew it to 180. The beginning is always the hardest until you find momentum, which I created a video on momentum. Sticking here with the grind, keep it going even without the fancy editing, creating a video when I can, make sure I'm writing them out, writing my scripts. It really taught me who my audience is and where I have to really start focusing when I make my videos. I also learned that although I'm breaking into the masculinity space, I learned that my views of masculinity and manhood may differ from a lot of the big names on here that you see that are really tough, big, bulky, very serious, and like all that shit they talk. But I'm not judging them. They just have a different way of doing it. I'm here to talk about a holistic masculinity, looking at masculinity from a whole view, not just one side. I feel like a lot of the guys on here talk about one side of being a man versus the other sides, and the beautiful experience that it is not only to be a man but to be human, which is why originally this channel was going to call it the integrated human, because I think that's more geared towards what I'm trying to showcase and the life I'm looking to live. I did learn that I need to start having like 2 or 3 videos scheduled. I did that during the 60-day challenge, especially during Christmas week, where I had scheduled like 4 or 5 videos in advance because I knew I was going to be out and about. I was with family in New York City, and I was like, I'm not going to have time to sit there and edit and do all this, even time to shoot a video because I'm going to be jumping around, traveling between house to house. I didn't continue that, and that was my mistake. I wish I had, and sometimes life just throws you curveballs. I didn't expect to be on the road for that long. That curveball can harm your production and being consistent. I just hope that guys on here that follow understand that life happens. I'm older. I'm not like 18, 19 like a lot of these other YouTubers that are able to just produce because they have time. Like I can sacrifice sleep, but I don't want to. I'm a holistic health person. Like sleep is vital for everything to work. So I'm not going to give up sleep. I will let it take the time that it needs to take. And with YouTube, you really need to focus. I may have social media ADHD or something. I've seen a professional and they said I don't, but it's really hard to focus. I have a hard time with sitting at a computer and just editing for hours at a time. I get up maybe like every 15 or 20 minutes. And if it were up to me, my video topics would be everywhere. I want to talk, of course, about masculinity, but video games, anime, career, Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I'd be all over the place because I have a lot of interests, but I know that YouTube doesn't favor that. They favor you being kind of one way. That's what I'm focusing on for now, and I'm going to slow drip everything else in the future. I also learned that without momentum, it's very difficult to really jump back on. I mean, it took me weeks to jump back on. I'll be like, I need to shoot that video. I need to shoot that video. And that's what kept happening. But things in life just kept coming my way. And I was out all the time and excuse. But all this movement, transition in my life over the last year and changes, just, I don't have the stability that I had before to kind of sit and do my thing. It's kind of like, I have to do this. I have to do that. Like, I gotta make money. And that's kind of what's taking a lot of my time right now. And I hate to half-ass my videos. And I know I've done that in a lot of the videos from 60-day challenge, which I'll be deleting. I know that the views are bad because they were half-assed. They were scrambled in the last minute. And I was like, I'm in a 60-day challenge. Let me post something. And that led to maybe those videos just not working well. Back to what I said before, that I don't have the luxury of being young and having time and living with my parents. And a lot of the YouTubers that had that, they lived in their parents when they were 13, 14, they started their channel. They were patient. They just kept putting out videos, which I'm doing too, but I'm much older. I don't see a lot of older YouTubers because of all the like responsibilities they have. Like one of my favorite YouTubers who like closer to my age, like Casey Neistat, was able to do it, but look at what happened there. Matt Diavella, it's a great creator and he has a family and a wife and responsibilities, and he still makes beautiful videos. And even lately he hasn't. He just had a baby. And I know that's gonna come for me soon too. So I'm just like, I want to grow this because I want to make an impact on here, and I hope to make a career out of this. It's gonna take time. I don't have the same luxury as those folks have, and probably don't even think of it that way, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts on here because this was a kind of a controversial thought that I had when I was writing the script for this. But I know at the end of the day, I have a big post-it note on my computer that just says keep going because I can't quit. The fact that I was able to grow by double within a year was enlightening. It showed me that it's possible. It's 3 digits, but some people don't even have that. Some people are looking for that right now, and I'm hoping to hit 1,000. It's been a slow grind, but I've only been doing it consistently for about a year, and I know momentum would eventually cap up. And here, I just want to do God's work. God put me on a planet for something, and I know it was to help young men traverse this wild world that we're getting into. We ain't going back. The world is moving forward, and it's going to keep going. And instead of these guys that you listen to that may say, no, we need to go back to traditional stuff. You can have traditional values. You have to mix them in with what is new in the world and how things are viewed. The fact that women are at work now, and if you want a traditional wife to be at home and be a wife, they're out there. They're just not a lot, and depending on your new values of what this world has created, you might not even want that. Who knows? There's so much nuance and there's so much complexity. And this is what I want to speak through as I create more videos here. I learned a lot during that 60-day challenge. Now I have to delete a lot of videos and continue this process and making more for you guys. If you're watching this and you've been following me, I'd love to hear your thoughts, maybe topics and ideas that can dive into book reviews, maybe how to utilize characters from certain games or movies to explain their masculinity. There's a lot of ideas I have, and I'm gonna do them anyway, but I wonder what should I focus on now versus later as I create more scripts for videos. Anyway, this video is much longer than I anticipated. I hope you enjoyed and you watched some of those 60-day videos. If you had a favorite or something that really caught your attention, I'd love to hear about it. But for now, that's it. That's all I got.